Welcome to a new video. Today I have a special guest for you, Shreya, and we will be talking about how to build successful career in the UK as an international student, especially focusing on marketing careers and also how to switch a sponsor once you're already on a skilled worker visa. Welcome, Shreya. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Valeria. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's been absolute pleasure working with you in the past, so very excited.
Thank you. Could you just tell us a bit about yourself, what you studied, who you are, what you do now?
Absolutely. So, for the audience and the listeners, I am Shreya Dubey. I'm a former international student and an alumna of Aston University. I completed my business and management degree from Aston University back in 2019, 2020. And currently, I'm working as a marketing and communications coordinator for a Russell Group University, that's Newcastle University. And I moved back to the UK in 2019, and past 5 years have been fabulous in this new country that I proudly call my second home.
Quite a big career you already built, even though it seems only recently you have graduated. So it's a big change to drop everything and know you're very close with your family and come to the UK, live in this completely different climate, different culture. What sparked that challenge? Why did you feel that you were ready to pick up and find a new home?
Absolutely. That's a great question. So, when I was in India, I studied from one of the best universities in India as well. And I always wanted to do better in life. And career and education has always been my top priority because I wanted to be independent. I wanted to do great in my career, excel, and also inspire people. So, I chose UK as my higher education destination. UK has so many universities which have impressive international reputation, global rankings. They offer so many great courses. So I choose UK to, move out of India to excel in my career.
I completely second that. I had the same feeling, right? When you are looking for education, you're always looking for somewhere where you can get the best skills, but also get the whole experience, and obviously where you can then take your education and start your career. Why you decided to stay in the UK for your career, and how was that first job search when you were graduating and looking for your first job?
So, what made me stay in the UK was my first job,
Mm.
definitely, because I was fortunate enough to find a sponsored job within 4 months of graduating.
Wow.
So, yes, so that made me stay. And then slowly, I started liking the country itself. I started enjoying my job. I was so much deeply passionate about marketing that I started, doing a lot of new things into marketing as well. And now I see like, okay, if I have to do something in my career, it has to be marketing. So back in 2020, when I graduated, it was COVID time, and
Mm.
I started looking for jobs. The economy was not great. The job market was also very low. A lot of my friends who were international students already gave up, and they went back to their countries.
Mm.
And I just felt like, no, I can't give up so quickly, so easily. So I was resilient. I kept trying. I kept networking with potential employers on LinkedIn. And I also reach out to them personally on, just try to contact them over LinkedIn or emailing them just to see about what are the positions available, because I was very flexible with moving anywhere in the UK.
Mm.
So I think that resilience and the attitude of not giving up helped me find my first sponsorship job.
Perfect. Yes, I completely agree. And I know you quite well now throughout the years. You're very determined and you're not afraid to try different strategies and taking matters in your own hands. Uh, while graduating in COVID times, I remember I didn't know you back then, but I had some other clients. It's a lot of uncertainty, panic about all aspects of your life. We didn't even know how long the COVID is going to last. The pandemic and just the fact that you managed to navigate a job offer in that uncertainty, it's amazing. So you didn't have to use a graduate visa.
No,
There
so
was no graduate visa.
I did not have
Yeah,
graduate visa.
it
I wish
came.
I had.
Yeah.
Yes, so it came in 2020. And
20, I
I
think it was
got
July
2021.
2021.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2021. Yes,
Yeah.
and I graduated in 2020 already.
Wow.
So we did have 4 months to find a sponsored job,
Yeah.
which was very tough. But yes, we made it.
Wow. I was in the same situation, but now, with a graduate visa feels like it's been a long time, but I think time pressure can be good in some way, but it's also
Absolutely.
super stressful. Obviously, it's better to have options. So
Absolutely.
I know that you loved your previous position, and I met you when you were already working for your past employer. What had made you decide to work with a career coach, reach out to me, and just perhaps even look for a new position?
So, the primary reason that I chose to have a career coach was because I was so much into my first job already. And it was a full-time job that I hardly had time to, give out for looking out for next job. And I just felt like I need somebody who could guide me in the right direction. So I had limited time and I wanted maximum efforts. Like I wanted maximum results out of it. So I
Mm,
wanted to make sure that my efforts are in the right direction and I'm not misguided or misdirected. So that's how I got to know about you. And I just thought, I think Valeria could be a great person to help me in this situation. And I mean, I've said it multiple times to you. 2023, having you as my career coach was one of the best decisions.
oh,
So I'm so glad
thank
I
you.
found you.
I'm glad. But it's so easy to help people like you because you're so talented, right? You have so much to sell. You had so many experiences, and just whatever you touched in your career, you've turned it into results, achievements, impact. I just wanted to ask you a bit more about that. How did you manage to build such a strong personal brand only by doing let's say few things like completing a master's and having one job? Because finding a new sponsor wasn't hard for you. I mean, over comparing to other people that might be going through this whole process. And I think that it was because you had so much to offer a new employer. So how do you approach personal branding? Because I feel like you are the best marketeer for yourself.
Thank you, Valeria. Thank you so much for the lovely words you just spoken about me. So I would say I just managed to build a strong personal brand because I started the process very early. I did not wait for the last moment, like my visa expiring, or I need to find a sponsorer for my next for extending my visa. So I basically made sure that I'm starting the process pretty quick or early. So I was very proactive about, updating my achievements on LinkedIn, on my CV, cover letters, my portfolios. I began my career at a small company in Norwich, based in Norfolk. So I made sure, so basically that work experience helped me maximize the impact of the work experience and the work that I have done there. So I joined a lot of multiple marketing networks across the UK, attended a lot of marketing events. I stayed closely connected to the university's alumni network. I was in touch with a lot of marketing professionals in the industry that I wanted to go in. I was in touch with brilliant career counselors like you. And I think all of these things have helped me, demonstrate that I'm not just an ordinary marketer. And if I join a company, I'm going to bring something very different to the table.
I agree, and that's exactly who you are. And I think that the lesson that we can learn is that yes, start early, but also the fact that you had direction in who you want to become so early made your personal branding uh, journey easier because you weren't completing data analytics course one day, going to sustainable energy conference the other day. It was all towards one goal, becoming that indispensable marketeer with diverse perspective. So I feel that if you are a listener now and you're just starting your career in any direction, uh, figuring out what you want to do is the first step. So obviously everyone already figured out that you managed to get a new sponsor. You went through quite a stressful process, because not because it was stressful or anything went wrong, just because switching is skilled worker sponsor is a sensitive thing, because I work with other candidates like that, and it's just when you work so hard for one job, it's just so much uncertainty to switch. I think that no one
Absolutely.
should be discouraged if at some point in your career, and it's 5 years you have to be on a skilled worker visa at least, you decide to switch position. That's completely natural. Your priorities change, your goals change, the development opportunities within the organization change. But obviously, it comes extra. You start the journey from scratch. So now you work. You told me before it's a dream job. You love it so much. I know. Hopefully, I'm not giving too much away. So, what it is like to work at the top UK university in the UK?
Well, honestly, it's hard to put into words. I tell that to myself every day that I'm so grateful for this job. I feel like I'm so much valued and heard and motivated to return to work every day. I work in a team of 80 likely minded
Wow.
professionals, all into marketing, and there's so much to learn from each of them. I'm one of the youngest members in the team as
Really?
well. So every
Wow.
time I'm in a meeting or I'm there for their away day or open days, etc., etc. I have so much to learn from each one of them. So it's genuinely the best place to work. I feel like my professional, my professional goals plus my personal goals are being achieved together. So I feel like it's a true success.
Wow. I'm so happy for you. And I feel like this is the best place for you to continue grow as a marketeer. Um, let's go back to some people saying things like, you have to study engineering to get a job in UK. You have to be an accountant. I hear a lot of noise about data analysis skills, programming abilities. And I have people come to me and they say, well, I've done a marketing degree. There are no jobs for me, or should I switch and learn Python just to stay in the UK? So, what do you tell to people that say there are no jobs in marketing, or you have to be super sciencey or be in a STEM, like science, technology, engineering, math bucket to build a successful career and work for a top employer?
Valeria, you're not the first person to listen to that because
Yeah,
I've been told myself that marketing is a very normal degree. Why don't you do something in business analytics? And I was like, I have been working in this industry since past 3 to 5 years,
yeah,
and you are asking me to change my industry. So yes, I believe it's a misconception because I'm the living example for it.
yeah.
You do not have to be an engineer or accountant to get a sponsored job in the UK. It's really about your skills. It's about your soft skills and your core skills that land you a job in the UK. So it's definitely tricky to get a sponsored job when you are on a non-technical role like marketing,
Hmm.
but it's up to you how you persuade the hiring manager during the interview and make them believe that you are the best candidate. So when you
Hmm.
bring the right skills to the right role, it's a perfect match. And that's when you get the yes email, that we all look forward to.
The best thing that you can do, and you're obviously very talented in what you do, is marketing. So for you to go back on your top skills and your talents, that is first of all not being honest with yourself and your desires. And we on this channel and in my consultancy, not about just getting a sponsorship, it's about building your career that you are dreaming about. Secondly, completely agree with you that uh, there are no rules that engineering jobs are more likely to be sponsored, or the government saying, especially now when they removed most shortage occupation stuff, that it's more likely, it's cheaper or anything like that. No, it's exactly the same rules. And for you, whoever you are, if you're an engineer and you have technical skills and you're passionate about that, that's the best role for you. If you're a marketeer like Shreya with all those achievements, all those ideas, and just being so passionate about what you do, and all the extra learning you've done and the course, and obviously marketing career is the best for you. I, I think that a lot of us looking for excuses to
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
mind blocks. I have people who say I'm in marketing, I can't get a job there, and other way I have people who are engineers telling me I should have just went for a business degree, and I'm like, what is the right answer? There is no degree that guarantees a job. There is no field that
Absolutely.
guarantees a job at the moment, at least. So let's talk a little bit more about just being an immigrant in the UK. Yes, finding a job is one thing, but you're far away from home. I've been far away from home in the UK. Language barriers, cultural barriers. Is there? Okay, spoiler. Me and Shreya even wanted to start a podcast about being immigrants in the UK. Maybe it will start. Maybe it
One
will
day.
happen. What is the biggest challenge for you being an immigrant in the UK?
Well, for me, I feel the biggest challenge was to adapting to a new world. I come from India and I moved to the UK. It just felt like I'm in two different worlds. Um, as someone who is deeply connected to my Indian roots, I just felt like the cultural differences were initially quite a lot, and
Mhm,
it just came out as a shock to me. But
mhm,
I feel that these challenges, and I still feel like there are these challenges, but now I have adapted myself and I've learned how to navigate and, make decisions consciously,
mhm,
despite of the challenges and despite of the cultural shock that I have received. So over the time, I feel that I've become more comfortable and confident with the cultural shift as well.
mm. Yeah, I completely understand what you mean. I feel the same way. You miss your language, you miss your food. Let's say there is a big holiday in your home country, and
Oh,
here
yes.
everyone is going to work and it's all the same. And you're like, it's new, it's Christmas, for example. I remember working at my Christmas, because it's different from the
Oh,
UK, and
yeah.
no one, gets it. It's those little things, of course, that. Uh, Contribute to the whole experience and just another thing we have to deal on a daily basis. Uh, what's next for your career? I'm excited to know, right? Because how long have you been working? A year now, I think almost a year at the
Yeah,
university. Uh,
it's going to be a year. Yeah.
what are your career goals? Sorry, that sounds like an interview question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? But um, what's next for Shreya?
So I definitely want to keep working in the higher education sector because I feel like I'm making a difference and that really matters a
Wow.
lot to me. But for the next steps, I would say what's next coming in my career is actually very, very exciting. I want to give back to the community where I've come from. So I used to be an international student and I know how this pool of international student is filled with such immense talent. So I want to, help them and give them back some sort of guidance or some sort of support that I can. So with my experience in marketing and higher education sector, I want to help these international students, these talented international students, and support them in their career journey and help them achieve their career goals.
Wow, that's great. I think that is exciting. I, haven't worked with you. I know how much energy you can give, and also I really respect your values and how you approach the recruitment process, how you approach your profile. It's always honest, empathetic, and uh, you know, keeping in mind what the organization needs as well. So. I think that we can spill the beans that you are going to be joining GradCircle as a mentor.
Yay.
And this is the most exciting for me because you're the first ex client that I'm bringing on board. I hopefully will have more, but I'm so excited because you can help navigate getting your first sponsorship that you've done completely independently right before you worked with me in a pandemic without graduate visa, without a lot of relevant experience in a niche that some might saying that it's not very sponsorship friendly. Second, you have navigated the process of changing a skilled worker sponsor, which is also quite a big process that a lot of people are considering. naturally in a 5-year period. And yes, I'm saying that working for higher education, you have such a great understanding what's happening in the whole higher education space. So I'm sorry that I think I've kind of described already what you want to help with. Uh, how do you see yourself inside GradCircle, and how do you see us working together?
So I'm very excited to join Grad Circle as a marketing mentor. The reason I chose marketing was because I remember my time when I just graduated, and I wish that I had somebody like you, Valeria, to help me find the right role. But this time, I'm not just excited, but also passionate because I feel like I have great skills to bring to the Grad Circle and a lot of experience. A lot of knowledge as well, so that I can help international students land their dream jobs in marketing and in the UK as well.
Mhm.
I also plan to share some insider tips on finding sponsorship jobs in marketing and also guide those with little or no experience on how to start their career in higher education as well.
Yeah,
So there's
perfect.
a lot.
It's exciting. We will be sharing more details officially on how to join GradCircle. There is always a link in description of this video. We have details on how you'll be working with Shreya and how you'll be working with me. You can always send me a message, and to Shreya. I know that Shreya has kindly allowed me to share her LinkedIn profile with you, and you have my contact details in the description of this video as well. So let's wrap up with some quick tips, just something that, let's say, someone skipped to the last part and wants to know your top 3 tips for international students, no matter where they come from, what they have studied, to successfully build a career in the UK, so they can feel like they're working in a role where they're making a difference. That's I think that is the best thing that you have said today. I'm just so happy that you have this opportunity. How can someone else have the same?
Yeah, so my top three tips would be that please, please, please start networking professionally and keep building those networks. When you network professionally, these are something, I mean, it does not give you instant results, but
Yeah.
it pays off significantly in long term. So definitely connect with professionals in your industry and network as much as you can. Second, I would say is don't be afraid to try something new or unconventional because if you feel like this can benefit your professional experience, go and take it and definitely try those things. And third, my most favorite one is sell yourself. You have to talk about your achievements. You have to talk about all the great things you've done in your career. And whenever you are in an interview, you have to sell yourself so passionately that you just persuade the hiring manager to hire you. So yes, just talk all the great things that you can talk about yourself, sell yourself in the platform that you're getting.
I completely agree with you, especially the last one. To second that, it continues while when you are joining the team, right? You That's continuous when I'm working on my own team. You always have to sell yourself, advocate for yourself in life because no one else is going to do that for you. So thank you so much for your tips and spending time with me today and sharing your inspiring story. Always love your energy, and I'm just so excited how we can partner together, and you will teach me the things that I don't know as well. So I'm going to be learning from you as a mentor. So thank you so much for being on board. So where to find you, how to work with you, final things if people want to know more.
Yes, so the easiest way to connect with me is on LinkedIn. Just simply search my name, Shreya Dubey, and you'll find me. And for the Grad Circle users, you'll be able to see my mentorship profile very soon. So you'll be able to book one-to-one call with me there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
uh, we'll see you next one. And I really appreciate Shreya for the kind feedback you've given and also the honest advice today shared with international students.